Ladies and gentlemen, citizens, Poles are in an unprecedented panic who does not say his name. The government even is panicked. I'm telling you about the Poland. It's Poland again. From Poland and always from Poland. Ukraine is no longer talked about much. New sources of tension are emerging to be created. What Poland experienced again this September 15, 2025, the government can't believe it. Even the people can't believe it, no. You see another drone from an unknown source for the moment. In all case at the time, the information was spread everywhere like a wildfire. Nobody knows what is the origin of the drone, but this drone flew over the building Polish government. I tell you, the drone flew over the building Polish government. Where find the ministers, where all the government is. Yes, Russia did not claim responsibility. No one has claimed responsibility yet. Just after what Romania experienced on last weekend, the weekend spent there. Sir Monday, start of work, drones have also started their work. Poland received another visit. This time the drone flew over. But listen, imagine the rest instead of the Polish government officials. Despite all the hickey, ho he, they deployed the Article 4 of the NATO Charter. They reinforced NATO's eastern flank, They signed even presidential decrees. All this to deter, but we don't know really not who is at the base. But a drone came to fly over again. And you go check, it's a drone acknowledgement who came to mark his territory. Prepare the way for other drones, certainly. This case is starting to get very complicated, I already told you. With insistence and persistence, and I insist mordicus, music, we don't know who is at the base, but nevertheless of Belarusian nationals were arrested. In any case, it is linked to Russia. One wonders whether this are people who are posing these acts and who put this to the account from Russia and its Russian ally, or it is Russia itself, which is in a true logic of provocation. In all case, the specialists, you who know Russia well there, tell us what is happening. I am mixed and I don't understand nothing more. In any case, I prefer simply limit myself to giving you the information because I don't understand nothing. Nothing. There. In one languages from my home, when we say to the woman, or some in Poulard in, but the woman, or what does that mean? I don't understand not, but a woman of that means, but let's understand. Let's go with it. Official information. A drone flying over government buildings, Polish, was neutralized. The drone was still neutralized. This is an incident in Warsaw, in the capital. And the very question that the media is asking pose is that of knowing whether it is a threat or it is a provocation. It was an unknown drone that flew over the heart of Polish power. This drone was detected and neutralized above government buildings from Warsaw. This is a serious incident. This is a direct attack on national security Polish. The building's government. Donald Tusk, Prime Minister, confirmed the operation and the implementation alert of security forces. That's to say, when a drone reaches the rooftops of the government, is the image of a state vulnerable that appears. Poland presents itself as vulnerable. Despite Poland activating the air defense systems, they are aimed at the border with Belarus and Russia. The drones are slowly passing by squid to come and fly over the government buildings. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to share this video conference. You must share it as much as possible. Share in all possible groups. As many as you share, as much as I have the motivation, determination, continue to give you here the very good real-time information and dissect at 360 degree. All right. So he had the arrest of 2 Belarusian citizens. So 2 Russian nationals were arrested in connection with this case. The Polish authorities see a possible act of sabotage or spy. For the Belarusian authorities, it must be an act of sabotage or an act of espionage. They came spy. And you usually know these types of drones are drones of recognition. It comes, it flies over. It takes the images, then sends them at the same time. It also keeps to inside its system, but it is at the minute it starts. And when it happens like that, if it's a drone of acknowledgement, this means that it is a strong signal. If Russia is behind this, it means that Russia has come checker, and then Russia it can shoot down the drone for their show, that we know where they are. Your different buildings, governmental. We know we can we have the possibility to send you drones that can land on your head at any time. Whatever you are doing, all this commotion is for nothing. If it's Russia, that means it's this type of message they are sending to send. So Belarus, as we know, is Moscow's ally. Belarus is immediately pointed out as suspect in this operation. And so every citizen's arrest of Rus in Poland, it is an echo of the great confrontation Russia at the time. So what happened so far, we don't know anything but what can be the geopolitical implications and safe. It must already be said that the Poland on the front line against Moscow and Mukwe, Poland is on the front line against Moscow and Belarus. That's very clear. So Warsaw is already one of the pillars of aid military to Ukraine and one of the anti-Rus falcons in Europe. Everyone knows it. So this incident reinforces the perception that Poland is directly targeted by operations hybrids from the east. Yes, and therefore the presence of citizens Belarusians arrested suggests an indirect involvement of Minsk or even from Moscow, because the Belarusia cannot act without orders from Moscow. That's how it is. And so after Kiev, Kharkiv, Warsaw becomes the next psychological target from the eastern camp. And so this increases the escalation of the hybrid conflict in Europe. This episode of the draw could be interpreted as a well-calculated provocation aimed at testing the Polish reaction and that of NATO. So if it comes from the Russia, this is a deliberate provocation to test NATO's reaction and Warsaw's reaction. But they have already proceeded the first time tests. It gave its results, but we can't understand how it could happen continue. No. So this illustrates the rise of a hybrid conflict, Espionage, drone, cyber attack, infiltration. Tensions are rising. Each incident reinforces the militarization of Eastern Europe and brings direct confrontation closer. It must be said clearly that Europe now lives under the war regime of the invisible war. It is war invisible. We send drones to you. You don't know who sent it. You accuse the main author. He tells you, it's not me. Let's go check it out together. So, thank you all. It's already in the News International. I'll get back to you soon, the hour with new news. So it was the voice of your humble servant, the Samouraï. Amen.